My name is Daniel Kane. I'm the Emergency Management and Communications Director for Door County. Where COVID really affects the dispatch operations is personnel, and which we had an instance of a small outbreak within our dispatch center. Dispatch is a very unique job with very unique skill sets and requires people who are trained to be able to do this job. And when you lose those people, there's only a select few that we have, similar to any other skilled profession, people that know what they're doing and can do it. When you lose those people, operations need to change, things get really tight very quickly. That's scary when you think about how quickly it spread within a matter of days to how quickly we lost almost half our staff overnight. And those that were affected personally by it wanted nothing more than to be able to come back and help the team. And that's just part of that mindset. But COVID impacted us to the point where they were down and out. And again, this virus, you don't know who's going to get impacted and how severely they're going to get impacted, but we got hit pretty well, and to the point where people definitely needed time away. They physically couldn't come into work. I had a good friend who lost his dad recently to the disease, and seeing the toll it took on him was pretty tough. They were pretty close. And now, today, my own father has it and is getting hit pretty hard by it. My number one concern really in this fight is that we are only as strong as our weakest links. And that it does take every individual to buy into this and get behind the cause to help prevent this future spread. Without the help and support of each and every person, we cannot make up the ground that we need. No matter where you stand politically or personally on this issue, to me is really not important. But what is important is to realize that this cause is bigger than any one person, and we owe it to our fellow citizens to do our part to see this thing through. And there's now light at the end of the tunnel, and if we can each do our part, up until then, we will not only be able to spare our healthcare system and public safety, but save lives in the process.
I'm Tim Dittman. I am the fire chief for the city of Sturgeon Bay, town of Sebastopol, and the town of Sturgeon Bay. From the beginning, we really had to choose to limit our access into the station, meaning, we had to cut back on our station tours. We had to cut back on the fire prevention. We had to cut back on our fire safety trainings. We felt it was very important for us to show our community that we're doing our part to keep the community and our staff and everybody as safe as possible. With the overtime and how we did it, the fatigue became something that we were starting to see with our members. Our firemen and our medics work 24-hour shifts. Our guys are here for 24 hours, they're gone, and it's a 9-day rotation. But we had guys that were working 48-hour shifts and then having 11 hours off, coming back for 48 hours. And a lot of people say, well, but you get to sleep at night. The majority of our calls, it seems like, happen at night because we're all home and things like that. But fatigue, not just on the day-to-day calls and things that we're starting to deal with, but the additional amount of overtime. And that starts clouding their judgment. Imagine staying up for 24 hours at a crack and still having to make, logical and, life-altering decisions. When somebody calls 911 and they expect us to respond, make their day better, we need to make sure that we have staff that provides that level of service yet. If you're sick or you're not feeling well, stay home. Be smart about what you're doing. We're all adults. We don't need to bring anything into our workplace or to our friends or to our family or wherever you may end up. So, it's not anyone's wish to have that empty seat at a table during the holidays. So really think about what an outcome may be, and do your part in helping to slow the spread. We all want nothing more to get back to normal, whatever that may be. But, I urge everybody to please do everything in their power to help slow the spread of COVID-19.